Yeah.
2 minutes. Oh, 2 minutes. Less than a minute.
According to, okay, we are live. Good morning. I'll call this meeting to order of the Boyle County Fiscal Court, February the 10th at 9 a.m. Madam Clerk, has this meeting been properly advertised and do we have a quorum?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. We will start our meeting with the invocation by Magistrate Harmon.
And let us pray. Father, we thank you this morning to have an opportunity to live and be a part of our community, but most of all to follow you and be obedient to you. Lord, we thank you for the break in the weather. We look for the warmth, but Lord, we look mostly for the warmth from you. Go with us now through this day as we meet as a court. Lord, that we can do things that will honor and lift you up. Be with our communities. Be with those that have experienced death, that are experiencing right now. As they grieve, may you minister to them. Father, forgive our sin. We ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. We have a special guest with us today from Bate Middle School. Ruth Goodwin is in 8th grade. And Ruth, if you'll come up and lead us in our pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You all may be seated. And Ruth, I have a certificate for you. This is a certificate of recognition for leading the court. And if you'll look at Miss Julie there, she's going to take your picture. Great. All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate you coming. Now you can stay and be entertained, or you can go back to school. Thanks, Mom.
It's very entertaining.
Thanks for all you're doing.
Thank you.
All right, prior meeting minutes. January 30th, special called meeting. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. A second?
Magistrate Bodner, second by Magistrate Gay. Any discussion on the minutes? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carried. Thank you. Budget transfers, Ms. Shannon.
I have budget transfers in the amount of $16,441.79.
This is on behalf of Jared Thomas and Chip.
Well, thank you. We will share that.
All right.
Thank you so much. Tell him we appreciate it. All right. Sorry.
That's okay. $16,441.79 for budget transfers.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion. Second.
Measure Sleeper, second
They're
Measure
getting
Gay.
faster.
We're on the move.
I know, right? They've had their coffee this morning.
Any discussion on the budget transfers? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries. Cash transfers?
I have cash transfer from the money market to the interest bearing of $24,270.70. And after I move this money, I will close that money market account.
Okay.
And then I also have from occupational tax to general fund, $731,622.07. From general fund to the road department, $50,000. General to the jail, $125,000. And from general fund to EMS, $75,000.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve cash transfers?
So moved.
Measure Gay?
I liked it. Second.
Second, Measure Bodner. Any discussion, questions on the cash transfers?
That money market, at one time someone had told me that was at a really good rate and all this.
It's not anymore. The interest bearing actually has the better rate right now. So
There's no
I talked to
advantage.
Jesse. He said there's no advantage to keep it.
Okay, all right.
Any other questions or discussion? All right, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carried. Next, we will, is that all you have?
That's all I have.
Okay, next we'll approve our bills. Ms. Elena.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, I do have some add-ons this time. So your bill packet does total $1,365,023.34. I would like to add three. The first one being our Martin Luther King Jr. Day shirt funding. That is $3,510.40. The second one I would like to add is the Arts Commission allocation for $3,000 even. And the third one I would like to add is the an HIA reimbursement of $1,000. That's going to bring your grand total to $1,372,533.74.
All right.
Make a motion, we pay the bills.
Motion to approve the bills by Magistrate Bodner, second by Magistrate Harmon. Any discussion on the bills?
Just have a question. The $130,000 to Codell, what did we get for that?
Now, what page are you on?
Page 1,
Okay.
almost to the bottom, about 3/4 the way down.
I can answer that if you'd like.
Yeah, I was just curious.
That is all the work preparing the preliminary numbers, kind of the pre-work that we're doing on the EMS building. They've done, actually, I was surprised it was that low, considering what they've done for us. This is the first bill we've gotten from them. And you're probably going to see them come in more regular at larger amounts as it goes along, but this one was mainly just the pre-development work.
Your architectural drawings and
And
diagrams.
the RCL design build, that's out of the,
JRA?
it's RCL design
What
build.
page?
I don't know.
Page, hold on,
RCL.
3, page 3, it's the office renovation, the,
That is the
Oh.
86-2? Is that
yes,
how much it was for?
86.2, yeah.
Yes, that's the offices for solid waste that they redid.
Solid
at
waste,
Preston
okay,
Building.
yeah, I see the SW now.
Yeah, yeah, solid waste.
All right.
Good questions. Anything else? Everybody good? Okay. All those in favor of the motion to approve the bill signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries.
Thank you.
ma'am. All right, we do not have any old business, so we will move right into new business. And first order of business is a proclamation for Black History Month. And I will read the proclamation. Whereas Black History Month, observed each February, provides an opportunity to recognize, honor, and celebrate the rich history, culture, achievements, and contributions of African Americans who have helped shape our nation, our Commonwealth, and our local communities. And whereas African Americans have played a vital role in the founding, growth, defense, and progress of the United States, contributing to every aspect of American life, including government, education, science, business, agriculture, the arts, and the ongoing pursuit of freedom and equality. And whereas the year 2026 marks the 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States of America, a milestone that invites reflection on our shared history, the ideas set forth at our nation's founding, and the continuing work required to ensure liberty and justice for all. And whereas the story of the America's 250 years is incomplete without acknowledging the perseverance, sacrifices, leadership, and resilience of African Americans whose struggles and achievements have helped expand the promise of democracy and strengthen the nation. And whereas observing Black History Month during the America 250 commemoration provides an opportunity to engage residents in meaningful reflection, education, and dialogue about our past, present, and future, while affirming a commitment to inclusion, understanding, and unity. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Boyle County Fiscal Court that the month of February is hereby proclaimed Black History Month in Boyle County, and all citizens are encouraged to learn about and honor the contributions of African Americans throughout our nation's 250-year history. Be it further proclaimed that the Boyle County Fiscal Court recognizes Black History Month as an important part of America 250 observance and encourages community reflection on the shared responsibility to uphold the values of freedom, equality, and opportunity for future generations. In witness whereof, the Boyle County Fiscal Court has caused this proclamation to be issued this 10th day of February 2026. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Magistrate Ellis. Second, Magistrate Bowden. Any comments? Discussion?
I think it was well-written
I
and
was gonna, you took the words out of my mouth.
well-written and here.
Thank you. All right. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries. Thank you all. All right, next up we have Parks and Rec Director Tommy Barton. And I believe, has he got a special guest?
I do.
Okay.
I'm gonna go, thank the judge and fiscal court, I'm gonna go through the joint city-county capital projects for the year first.
Yes.
And then former judge, Exec Tony Wilder is gonna discuss what we've been working on for the 4th of July, 250th anniversary.
Good deal.
So first of all, the joint projects, we have several of them, a lot of them going on. So I'm going to go through where we're sitting on each one. First, the baseball, softball field rehab. We're taking care of 3 new fields, putting in new infield skins, grass, putting out a lot of new sod and warning tracks on all these. We are 90% completed on that. Unfortunately, the last 10% is going to be the toughest now that we've gotten into this weather. I hate to say it, but I wish everything would melt and then freeze again would be the best for me. I know that would be good for everybody else. But we're going to have to kind of come up with some ingenuity on how we're going to finish this project without kind of tearing up our fields here in the spring. Because we actually have baseball games starting in 3 weeks, I think, is our first game.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, can you believe that? We're going to be playing. Alum Springs Mountain Bike Park has an official name, and the committee has named it Pine Knob Trails. After the groundbreaking, we had a great turnout for the groundbreaking, and this is a great joint project. We meet, I don't believe we meet, monthly we meet, and it's a big group, both city and county. And we also have been involved the Trail Alliance in that a lot. So we have a big committee that's kind of deciding on the direction of that project. Josh and I actually walked it the day before the snow hit. We walked it and we saw them. They were out there working, and it's hard to find them because we found out they started working from the top down. So you got to really look for them if you're going to find what they're doing. It doesn't look like much is getting done, but they're deep in the woods working. I'm sure they've probably had to hold off on this with this storm, but I'm sure after this is over, they'll be right back at it. As a group, we're also, though, kind of working on the ins and outs of it. We're working on the operation. We are working on the annual budget that we'll share with the city and county when we go through the budget. We're going to give Pine Knob Trails its own, it's going to be its own little separate, it'll be a big part of the whole Parks and Rec budget, but it'll have its own line item. So we've kind of already established one. We're kind of reviewing it, and we're going to tweak it a little bit, but we'll be presenting it probably in March with the rest of our budget. We're also working on uniform signage, so we can, we're trying to get everything to kind of, when you're at a Boyle County, Danville Boyle County Parks and Rec facility, you'll know it by the signage. So we're trying to get that all uniformed, and another thing we're working on. As far as pickleball, pickleball and skate park are both kind of in the same phase. We're kind of in the design phase. Julie just got the first kind of pickleball rendering yesterday. We've got a couple questions. We're going back with to get a second drawing up. And she's sharing it with the picklers, so they're getting their input in. But we'll tweak that design and work out some things. But it's, and then of course it's willing on weather when we get that project started. But I think you're hoping to put it out to bid here real soon. Yep.
Tom,
go ahead.
I really want this on the record. I played competition tennis in high school and college, and the margins on tennis courts aren't always built there. I call them Holiday Inn courts where people really don't play tennis because there's not enough room on the back and on the sides.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Let's make absolutely certain that I don't know anything about pickleball other than the fact that there will be regulation size courts as opposed to too tight.
They've given us the actual dimensions they want.
They're very
Just wanted that on the record.
They're very involved.
They're all over it. Yeah, they're all over it. So, and that's good too, because like you say, you got, we can't all be experts at everything. You got to involve the people that know what they're doing. So,
thank you.
As far as the skate park, we're in the design phase. They're going to bring us 2 separate designs. They're gonna bring it to staff and officials, hopefully next week. We're gonna tweak it a little bit, but we are having on February 24th, we are gonna have our final design public meeting at Jeannie Rogers like we did last time. But like I said, that's when we're gonna present the design to the public. And again, just like the picklers, the skate, I couldn't skate a bowl and I wouldn't know how it works. So we're gonna involve the skateboarders. We're gonna have them there on the 24th, go over the design with them. Then they'll take it back, finish it up, and go on, of course, then we'll get construction going on that. The playground, the main playground at Millennium Park, all the replacement features have been ordered. They're in Ronnie's workshop, ready to be installed. He's got all the parts, and the main thing is we're doing a rubber surface instead of the what do you call those, wood chips. So we're going to get rid of the wood chips. We're going to have a nice solid surface, play surface, and that should be, again, waiting on weather. Got to be at least 50 degrees at all times for that.
Hey, Tommy, if I could
Yeah.
pause you on the skate park real quick. Have we given any more thought to reutilizing the existing?
Yeah, I haven't. We still haven't.
To some other location.
We still don't have the final plan. We all think it's a great idea. We just haven't been able to finish that. I didn't know, and I don't know if there's a place at Junction City that would have a nice concrete spot. So if you're looking and anybody knows of spots, I think because we've told them that we would remove the old, so it's not the skateboard companies, it's not their priority to get it out. That is going to be city and county. So if we do have a spot to put it, it would be great. I know Jeannie Rogers we've talked about Junction, we talked even about Jackson Park, I think, too.
Yeah, I just think I think it still has more useful life.
I think it does too, yeah.
In it, with maybe a little bit of rehabbing, and would be good to utilize it in a different spot, because it's been very well used up to this point, and I think it would be a good way to spread things out.
At Junction, we've got so much groundwork to get the ground even ready to start, so we're nowhere near.
Not near.
Yeah, we couldn't.
Yeah, it'd be nice if,
I don't
like,
think I'd have to ask Jim.
if we had an old
That's what-
concrete pad that was already established, it'd be
Yeah,
best,
no,
but
we don't have that at all.
if not,
And the old tennis courts.
old tennis court, yep.
At Jackson.
That'd be the logical spot.
That was a spot that we originally had thought about putting
Right.
it anyway, is in that spot, so it's still
Yeah.
a good spot, I think.
If anything, I'm sure we can get it, we're gonna take it to Public Works, and then we'll store it until we at least do come up with a spot, and if we have to make a spot, you know.
Okay, good.
A
Well, it's
concrete
still
pad.
on the radar.
Yeah, exactly.
Great, thank you.
Then we have the last couple ones, we have the site furnishings at Millennium Park, which we've already done. We've already improved and updated all the cameras. We've also made sure that we have an AED at each building. We were going to put them on the outside in a cabinet, but we found out that they can't sit out there over winter, so we did put them inside. But each building now has an AED, and then we're also replacing all the 30-year-old doors on all the buildings because they're worn out. So again, that one's we're waiting on weather again. Pretty much all of it's waiting on weather. And the final one we have is the MOA with the hospital. The city is working with Branstetter Carroll and the hospital with coming up with how would we do a joint indoor facility, on how would that work out. Right now, we're in the midst of public input surveys. We have a survey on our website, on the city website, that the public can take regarding this indoor rec center. It's basically asking, what would you like to see in it? How do you see this partnership coming together? And we've also, at Saturday basketball, we had 4 gyms going. We had one at Perryville, we had one at Tolliver, Jeannie Rogers, and Kentucky School for the Deaf. We had a team at each one of those last Saturday engaging the public. We've gotten up around 600 people have taken the survey, and plus all the what Branstetter says, they give out dots for you get 3 dots and there's a board that they put them on of what features they'd like to see at an indoor rec center. So what's going on with that is we will be reviewing that with the hospital on February 24th. No, February 20th is going to be the next meeting on that. And then we've also asked the Branch Center Carroll and the hospital to have a stakeholders meeting where some of the board of directors of the hospital, so we can get their input. I think in April, we have to have that decided and presented to both the city and the fiscal court. So that is where we stand on all that. So we're working on all that through this winter here, but the other thing we're working on is our 4th of July 250th anniversary. I've had the pleasure of being able to work with Tony on a lot of these issues on our we're basically getting into the festival business is what we're doing. We're doing a big concert on the 3rd. We're wrapping it up, cleaning it up, getting it going, and hopefully just doing the whole thing over again on the 4th. So former Judge-Exec Tony's going to go through some of the things we've been working on, and we'll hopefully answer any questions you guys have.
Do you want to go over the fire?
I'll do that afterwards.
Okay.
We'll talk about it and then we'll do that.
All right.
Does that work?
Good deal. Welcome, Mr.
Good morning,
Bobby.
Judge, members of the court. Thank you for having me. If you permit me just a minute, I'd like to speak as a citizen just for a couple minutes. I want to congratulate the court and Magistrate Bodner on the park at Pine Knob. Pretty gratifying for me to see that land used for that purpose, and I want to congratulate you all for working that out. Also want to commend Pastor Harmon for wearing the proper attire today.
I almost feel like I
Yeah.
I've got some, let me make some updates and then I'll follow up on the concert thing too, just real quick.
Okay.
You have or will be receiving an invitation to our official kickoff on February 23rd at 1 o'clock. Now, we're going to have this kickoff down at the old replica of the courthouse on that sacred ground on Constitution Square. Got some little special things planned for that day. And I hope you all can make it. We're trying to plan. Now, that's a smaller space. We're inviting a lot of folks, a lot of the local officials, and we'll see how many show up, and we'll make it work. We'll make it work because it'll be a special day.
Now, we were discussing heaters yesterday.
Yes.
So is that part of the discussion with
Well,
somebody?
we're going to try to locate some.
Okay, all right.
I don't know if you can assist with that.
Yeah,
but,
we can.
I've checked the long-range forecast. It's hard to do this, but it looks like it might be moderating a little bit during that time. We'll
Okay.
see. Well, we'll be prepared for that.
Good deal.
There are some other props we're going to have to acquire
Judge,
that I'm
it'll be
looking into
65
right
today.
now.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I love it.
What are you looking for?
One important update, your partners in city government appeared last night. They have appropriated $40,000 to the effort. So we'll be talking more about how we apply those funds along with yours. And I need to report back to you the $33,333 that you appropriated has been a great help to get us going and started. This $40,000 now will carry us over the hump, I think, unless something comes up. We have one more outstanding big expense on staging, lighting, and sound that I don't know exactly what it's going to be yet. So we have secured parking assistance through a firm that I'm very pleased with them in working with them. We have secured security. So those expenses now will be known to you soon. Not as much as we thought.
Good.
So that's a good thing. Now, the schedule of events. You may recall, I didn't bring it with you today, but the only thing that's really changed, everything is solidified now. Our schedule is set. There might be one little thing we slip in later. There will be some local, like Perryville Junction, maybe something we do. I know Perryville, we're going to plan something special that we'll advertise. But in terms of our planned core events, it's set. And you will be getting an updated card. We're going to get those out next week.
Good.
That will have everything on it. We're actually having a banner prepared that we'll be carrying around that will be at the grand or the kickoff event.
Now, we have a banner down there right now.
Yeah,
It
right.
says America's
But this
50th.
banner will have our schedule
Yeah,
of
schedule
events
on
and
it,
everything
yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Hopefully get some good press coverage that day because it's going to be a special day. Now, the only thing different in our original schedule presented to you is something that sort of arose and percolated up with me. Over Christmas, I had bought a book that Frank X. Walker had authored called Load in 9 Times. And being a history aficionado like I am, it was fascinating to me that this book he's prepared put together a collection of poems written by African American Union soldiers. And it is fascinating to read. And we've asked him, under our umbrella of the 250th, to come and give a reading and answer questions. And also it has morphed into, we kind of wanted that obviously to occur during February for Black History Month. But Frank sponsors a arts festival the first week in March at Danville High School. So this fit perfectly.
Wow.
And there was a day available, so Tuesday, March 3rd, you'll be hearing about this as well. That will be our first event, and he will be there along with Stephen Fahn, who is the chief historian and curator at Camp Nelson. And there will also be a history professor from UK there, and I can't recall her name presently, but it's going to fit so well under this 250th theme and umbrella because this community sent many African American soldiers to enlist at Camp Nelson. And Frank lineage and his family has Union soldiers that enlisted from this area at Camp Nelson. So that story needs to be told. And it's an obscure story. A lot of people don't know a lot about Camp Nelson and what it meant to the state and the Union cause. And I'll tell you what, recently I'd come across a quote, or I read a passage in a book I'm reading about Lincoln. And in 1864, there was a movement to remove Lincoln from the ticket, the Republican ticket, a strong movement, because of his emancipation policies. And they thought they were going to lose to McClellan. And he stood strong and said no. He said, we must have the African American soldiers to win. And that's how important that was. So I'm really looking forward to Frank's performance and the whole night there. So that's the new thing.
That's
I hope
good.
you all feel that's very appropriate.
Yeah, that's good.
And now with the concert, we're working together on that. And like I said, the parking, the security, the staging, lighting, and sound is still, we're working with the gentleman out of Monticello who does the brass band, staging and all that. Very helpful, very knowledgeable, a lot of experience, so feel good about that. We just haven't got the final version yet. So we'll be back with that to let you all know. Anything else about that we need to, one thing, we did have you didn't bring the...
I did because it's
okay.
crowded, you know.
We're in working with the parking management firm. We've created a aerial photo of the area out there that can be marked up and that kind of thing. So we're going to work with them on that. Our initial plans are not to park anybody in the park because the crowd's expected. There also happens to be, unfortunately, a baseball tournament going on the other side.
Oh, no.
So we're going to have some, the parking management is so important because we're going to allow handicap parking in the park up near the fields, close to the event. But they're also going to have to manage some people entering and exiting from the ball field on the other side. So we've got that covered. We're going to work with Morning Point, Boyle Middle School, and then over on the fairgrounds. All those 3 adjacent areas can provide plenty of parking. So that's what we're going to do. Most people, when they go to a concert, realize they may have to walk and carry a chair and that kind of thing. But the handicapped folks can go on in.
Okay.
So
where exactly will the stage be?
the stage, I wish I had a picture. You used to have a picture in here, didn't you?
Once upon a time.
Okay, if let's say you're standing on the back where all those soccer fields are in the back, you know where the road comes in from the bypass, and the administration buildings back of you, and the other baseball fields in back of you. On that corner of that major field, looking back at the bleachers at the football field is where the stage will be.
Okay,
And it creates a great vista.
okay,
And people can sit, and it'll be, lots of folks can see it without tree problems.
great.
Now, if we get a big crowd, if they go beyond the trees, there might be a little tree issue.
Yeah.
Because it'll be leaved out in July.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think it provides us the best look. And to be honest with you, as somebody that has a lot of great affinity for that park, it feels good that we're going to use that park for something like this, a community event like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Now, we've stepped out. We've
Yeah.
stepped across the threshold we hadn't before.
Yeah.
But we're going to get it done, and I think it's going to be a wonderful time.
Yeah, it will be.
So, so with that, anything else about the?
No, basically all the soccer fields, all those soccer fields, football field is gonna be
Yeah.
your viewing area. The soccer field immediately to the stage will be quarantined off, and that's gonna be where it's kind of like general admission. No chairs, no coolers in that area.
Good point.
But in all the other soccer areas, you'll be able to put up a tent, bring your coolers, whatever you need to do. So it's gonna kind of be basically you got general admission, and then you got family seating.
Yeah.
We've doubled our amount of food trucks, and we're also gonna have West Six. We've talked about them being there. We're not doing liquor, but we are doing beer, and that's about it. And what we're hoping to do is, since we've already got that big stage there, is it's gonna stay for the 4th. So we're gonna have the huge Eddie Montgomery concert, which we're expending. We're topping out, we think, around 10,000. We think, anywhere between 5 and 10. But then hopefully the next night we're gonna, it's gonna kind of be more of a down-home Danville crowd. We've secured Michael Fly and the Sound is gonna be playing on the 4th.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
and then of course the fireworks show.
Get a little blues and jazz.
Nice.
So right now we're thinking we got a bluegrass, we got our country act, and then we're gonna have hopefully a jazz act, and then our R&B soul music. So trying to hit a little bit of everything.
Have you touched base with our emergency services?
Well, we will. And some of the other.
They probably need to be staged out there somewhere.
They will.
Yeah.
They will be. We'll talk to them
I
about
think we met
that.
with the Danville chief, or assistant chief police.
Yeah.
I think our plan for that, they were doing everything kind of outside the park.
Right.
And like I said, actually, we got a big security firm that's, gonna do the security inside, and
Yeah.
it's more detailed than I expected to.
And I've talked to the sheriff as well, so
Yeah.
we're,
Yeah.
as time draws nearer, we'll solidify some of their
Okay.
assistance
Yeah.
and what
Yeah.
they need to do and how to stage it. And, but we still need to know about certain things, finalize parking, finalize stage and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that.
I think Judy's
Tony.
got a question.
I do. Actually, I don't have a question. I
Or a
would like
comment.
to inform you of something. When we first started talking about bringing Eddie Montgomery in, Judge Wilder said, I am gonna raise his fee and not use government money, and he did it.
Yep.
He did it, and you didn't say that.
We were fortunate to raise $40,000
That's a lot of money.
from some of our
Yeah.
most treasured businesses here. I mean, they're well established here, and it's Stuart Powell Ford, Patty Powell,
Yeah.
Lafayette Engineering,
Yeah.
Bob Allen, and Farmers Bank. And I want to thank them, and I will, as we move
Yeah.
through this process, they will be noted and recognized throughout the process.
I'm
So-
not surprised
and-
by any of that.
And our two governments.
Yeah.
So, again, let me just thank you all for embracing this, and we're glad to be a part of it. The committee's worked hard, and
Yeah.
hope you can attend our kickoff.
Tom's got a question for you.
Yes.
Yeah, Tony, it's more than a question. You and I talked, and I even mentioned it in our last committee meeting. As we've looked at what you and I talked about parking at Centenary, it would be more than awkward for us not to consider, and I've talked to the council of the church, which I'm on, is about 20 of us. We would still go before another group for approval, but the pastor is enthusiastic, the council is enthusiastic, and here's the awkward circumstance. Yes, you can come in here, you're a member of our church. I'm sorry, you can't park here. We've got 12 acres, and if the ground is solid, again, sometime in our lifetime, we're willing to have parking there. So there's some logistics we're gonna have to work out for that approval. But I can't imagine me standing there and telling folks they can't park in here when they see a stream of cars coming into our two different entrances that are right there as you go into the main gate of the park.
You know, if you want to peel a few off, that's, I mean, I guess that would be fine. I think in terms of proximity, those three areas I identified are closer.
I understand.
But if you have something else that you want to,
yeah, we'll have to figure out some logistics there. But
now if you're going to be out there barking, Tom, getting them in there, you're going to have to offer them something.
Yeah. But just want to let you know that we've got to figure out, because so many people will come to the main entrance and they will see that we have two entrances to our parking.
And speaking of entrances, I think we can use the bypass entrance too to get folks in the back way. We're going to have to coordinate that. Egress is going to be the problem, and that's where our local law enforcement will help us at each point. So I presume we covered everything we need to cover today. So thank you for your time. Hope to see you on the 23rd.
I'd just like to read something that took place. If you don't know the name Tom Clark, he was our historian laureate for the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and his 100th birthday. And Jamie, I think I told you that before. The celebration and dinner meeting was in a hemp building at the foot of the bridge that's owned by Center College. So we were on Center College campus. And to show how consequential Kentucky is in this whole process of the 250th, Dr. Tom Clark's quote that night was, "Had it not been for the brilliance and untiring patience of Samuel McDowell, federal judge Samuel McDowell, America today could well be Europe West." And think in the context that the Russians had been all the way down to Mexico cutting trees, and they had other operations going on, and they got sick and tired of being all the way down to Mexico, and they left in 1839, and they were traipsing right over the top of Sutter's Mill, where 10 years later, had they found that gold, we would be worse than Europe West. So it's prescient.
You're referring to the Spanish conspiracy.
Yeah.
Too. I mean, Spain was trying to lure Kentucky into their sphere. And some of these patriots that you're talking about, like Sam McDowell, like John Nichols, and those people. James Wilkinson, one of our own, kind of was on the graft. He was getting a lot of money from Spain. So that is a neat story. And Tom is right. That could have changed everything had we not had some of those patriots that we're going to honor on the kickoff too down here. So thank you all.
We appreciate
you,
your time.
Thank
Thank you for heading the committee and all the work that the committee has done and the subcommittees, and it's going to be a great celebration all year long. First one you said is coming up in March with
March 3rd.
Frank X. Walker.
And then the film is March 17th at the Boyle Middle School, and don't forget Lincoln at Forkland, which is really neat.
But we appreciate all your efforts and the efforts of the committee. So
thank you.
Thank you very much.
And I think once we've gotten everything locked down, all our contracts and everything like that, then we'll come back and we'll have a visual aid at that time. That way we can kind of get the word on how we're going to handle
that.
That
would be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Like I said, on the 3rd, we're not letting them in the park to park, but on the 4th, we're going to do it the same way we've always done, where they actually can come in the park and park. So our final thing of business is in your packet. You should have a contract with Pyro Shows. So to end this show right, the firework contract. This one is for $29,998.50. That is a few $1,000s more than last year. This is the same company that did it last year, which, as elected officials, I'm sure you heard that it was a great show, and a lot of people said one of the best we've had.
Now, is there a little bit more added because it's a 250?
Yes, there's a little bit more added because of the 250. He did state that tariffs were part of the price increase also. But the lead pyrotechnician is actually a Danville resident. He lives here, and he told me that he is going to make this the best show that we've seen, and he's very prideful about it and happy to do this. So the city approved this last night. I don't know if you guys need to do it now or however you do
We
it.
do.
What did we budget?
So the
last year?
city, yes,
Yeah.
the city and the county, this is the amount that they split,
Yes, this
correct?
is the amount that
Okay.
they split.
So we budgeted 12,500 is what's in our budget. So the extra amount would be an additional almost $2,500, $24,995.
You need a motion?
So if you want to pay the extra, yes.
So moved.
All right, have a,
Second.
okay, motion by Magistrate Ellis, second by Magistrate Gay. Any discussion? Well worth it?
Isn't it interesting that 2,500 is 250th?
It is, all right. So all those in favor of the motion to approve paying the additional $24,995 for the fireworks, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries.
Thank you all very much. Like I said, once we get all our ducks in a row, we'll probably be back in another month to fill everybody in on it. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tommy.
you,
We
Tommy.
appreciate you being here and all the information you've given us today.
Tony, thank you.
You all have a great day. Thanks so much. All right, next up is Humane Society Director, Kari Pugh.
That's me, I'm her.
That is you.
And right on
And
time.
right on cue, no pun
Man
intended.
knows
They're
how to
always
work
right
the
on time.
computer.
Apparently not.
Well, he's wearing your favorite color too, Trey.
Well, he
I
is.
know,
Look
I
at
know,
this.
he's good like that.
Who, me?
Just hit the space bar.
That's page 2.
That's page 2? Well, you know.
We were counting on you, Bill.
He can do it. Thank you, Bill.
I guess I'll wait around, make
There
sure
you
she
go.
can get through it.
There you go.
The space button, right? Or bar?
Should.
All right, cool.
You
We're
can
off
do
to an
it. You can
excellent
do it,
start.
Kari.
I can do it. First off, good morning. Thank you, Judge, Magistrates, for the opportunity to speak. I will try to be brief. I believe you all got these one sheets in your last meeting packet, but weather, illness, other things, I had to postpone until today. I'm sure you have been anxiously awaiting.
We did receive them for last meeting. Yeah.
Excellent. Basically, I just want to give you all a brief overview of 2025, give you some insight into where we're going into 2026, and I'd be happy to field any questions once I'm finished here. I think that the biggest accomplishment that the Humane Society and Boyle County Animal Control did last year is really driving our spay and neuter numbers up. As we all know, the best way to control pet population and keep everyone safe and healthy is to make sure we aren't having litters of kittens and puppies over and over again. So as you can see, we did 530 surgeries for cats and kittens. The cats and kittens also, I think we brought in twice as many this year as we did in 24. As you can see, we adopted out 338 cats and kittens this year.
Wow.
That is shocking and astonishing. A couple reasons we could do that is, you haven't met him yet, but our intrepid community cat coordinator scheduler, Chuck Geither, joined us a couple of years ago, and he has absolutely taken the community cat program under his wing, which is why we were able last year to bring in so many cats and kittens and move them quickly.
Because you lost an employee,
Well, yes, and you know what, while I'm here, I should bring that up. Cody was our community cat trapper. We loved having him. He was here for almost 5 years, but he wanted to move home to New York. So, of course, the huge loss to us is a gain to his family in upstate New York. But we had gotten to the point where our community, just regular members in their neighborhoods, have know that they can go through us to get their cats fixed. So instead of replacing Cody, we're relying on
Also, Boyle County Animal Care and Control, their TNVR program dovetails nicely with what we're doing. And really the only barrier we have to doing more spay and neuter for cats is accessibility of the vets. We just don't have enough vets and enough appointments. And this isn't a Boyle County issue. I mean, this is a nationwide crisis, a lack of vets. But we are positioned this year to do at least as many as we did last year, and maybe more. But again, can we get a couple new vet clinics in town? I mean, that would be ideal. Because it runs itself now. It's just a matter of getting people into the vet. Dogs and puppies, 255 were adopted or sent to rescue. And some of these numbers are going to be lower than usual because of our Compassionate Care Assistance Fund. If you're not familiar with that, we created it 3 or 4 years ago, initially just to help community members with emergent issues with their pets. For example, we really focused on medical concerns to begin with the goal of keeping, again, people and pets together and making sure these pets are healthy. We found out over time, though, that there are a lot more needs out there than just emergent medical care. So in the last year or so, we've expanded the Compassionate Care Fund. We will grant up to $500 for pet fees, or spay and neuter, or simply vaccinations. And again, the goal is if we can invest in our community so they can keep their pets happier, healthier for everybody. The last thing we want is for our shelter to be full. A lot of times people think, well, if your shelter isn't full, you aren't doing your job. Mm-hmm. Guess what? It's the exact opposite. Now, it doesn't mean we're not going to get full now and then. As you know, we've been pretty crammed up the last few months for a variety of reasons. But yeah, the Compassionate Care Assistance Fund, we granted $8,600 last year. And this year, what is it, February 10th? We're 6 weeks into the year. We've had 12 requests already. 90% of the time, we can approve them. Some things, if there isn't a good prognosis for the pet, unfortunately, that's when we're going to help with end of care, which is another thing we expanded. There's nothing worse than having your beloved pet need to be humanely euthanized and not be able to afford it. So that was another thing that we expanded the community compassionate care, cats, the Compassionate Care Assistance Fund. So we're really trying from birth to a comfortable end of life, doing everything we can in between to try and help folks keep their pets or have a dignified end of life. Let's see. I don't know, do you want me to break down? These are so boring. You don't need numbers. 75% of our dogs and cats that come in are stray, and only about 12% are owner surrenders. But again, that isn't unusual. We have managed intake, so we help pet owners who need to rehome their animals, either through our home-to-home rehoming website, which is it's supported by us, but the actual owners do it themselves. Our euthanasia rate is 7% last year, so anything under 10% is considered no-kill. Obviously, we're very proud of that. And there are times that the most reasonable, responsible, and caring thing to do is to have to humanely euthanize. But again, our goal, if we keep them out of the shelter, that means we can keep them healthy and alive elsewhere. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the partnership with Boyle County Fiscal Court on Animal Care and Control on site. Obviously, much of what we're doing here is only possible because the two organizations work together. On that note, I think it's important for me to mention that Jessica Joseph has really stepped up in the absence of a shelter director. I have been pleased and impressed with how she and, do you call her Allie or do you call her Alexandra?
Allie.
Okay. How Allie have committed to working closely with me and Chuck and our newest employee, Kat. And I feel like we're sharing the same messages. because they're what we want the community, to hear and learn from. I feel like our collaboration, I don't know who follows Facebook are you on the Facebooks, anyone? You may have noticed that the two organizations are including each other in many of our posts because we're there together and we're doing most of these things together. So I do want to make note of that. I feel like the last couple months we have done well bridging that gap, and I'm just pleased to share that.
Great.
So that is actually, hold on. It's only because Bill is here,
Yeah,
right?
right.
I've got the good juju.
Yeah.
Dovetailing on the fact that we couldn't do this without Boyle County Animal Care and Control. We also couldn't do it without the fosters and the volunteers we have. If you walk into the shelter, pretty much any time of the day, you're going to find 4 or 5 people who are helping take care of the animals, doing general cleaning, pretty much anything that we need them to pitch in with. So volunteers and fosters make a huge difference in our organization's success. Obviously, we couldn't do this without donors, businesses who sponsor us, financial grants from national organizations. It truly does take a village. And I know we say that a lot, but it is an absolute fact. When you are talking about community problems, you need to have a community solution. So, and of course, we couldn't get by without our adopters. Like I said last year, what did we do? Well, who can add? 338 plus 255? That's a lot. Let's just say that.
4055.
Huh?
4,555.
I don't think so. That seems like a lot. Well, anyway, the point is,
Over 500.
thank you. I mean, I like your numbers better, don't get me wrong. But those are animals that went to homes where they're going to be well loved. And again, at the end of the day, this is about making sure people and pets in our community are safe and taken care of and feel included.
I think one area that some people get a little confused on is the home to home.
Yes.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit, because it kind of has to
Absolutely.
do with owners surrendering and owners finding a new.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
6 years ago, I think it was, a bluegrass development district, which is basically a nonprofit arm of Boyle County, came through and did like a shelter audit, I guess is the best way to put it. And at that time, we were euthanizing 30-40% of a lot of these animals that were coming in. And it was because the influx, we didn't have any control over it. People were just bringing in animals. Well, this particular expert said that, again, the best way to prevent euthanasia is to prevent shelter intake. So she got us started on the community cat program, a variety of other things, hooked us up with grants to help support spay and neuter surgeries. And the one thing she said, besides spay and neuter, that would make a huge difference is working with owner surrenders in a different way. So, again, we go back to the Compassionate Care Assistance Fund, and that helps keep a lot of people together with their pets, but sometimes you just can't keep your cat or dog. There are things that happen. There are a couple reasons managed intake is important, because we do have to take strays in, right? The one thing we have control over is how often we bring in an owner surrendered pet. So the Compassionate Care Assistance Fund helps us cut that down to start with, and then the second part of it is our rehoming website. So Home to Home is it's a self-supported, promoted by the Humane Society process where folks get on our simple website, fill out basic information about their pet. Obviously things like sex, age, breed, but more importantly, we ask them to write good personality profiles. So they're essentially doing the same thing we're doing, posting good pictures, posting good personality profiles, and then we promote it on our Facebook and website. So
there's actually a web page.
there is actually, yes,
Okay,
it's
that a homeowner can go to.
home-home.org.
Yeah,
correct,
okay.
and check it out
Okay.
if you'd like.
Yeah.
And the way it works then, we promote the home-to-home animals on our Facebook page, which, you know, got 17,000 plus followers. So it's a lot different than folks trying to rehome in their own network, because we've opened up that audience quite a bit. So our support there is to promote the pets. And of course, again, we always offer, in the meantime, do you need food assistance? You know, we've got plenty of food in the pet food pantry. Do you need vaccinations? And again, the whole goal at this point is to make sure that we're all working together to give the best outcome for these animals. Do you have additional questions? Did I
No,
kinda
thank you for
cover that?
explaining that, though. 'Cause
Absolutely.
that's just one thing that I hear sometimes, is that we don't understand the home-to-home, and so I'm just wanted to get it out there.
I totally, I can appreciate that. And of course, if anybody, I mean, feel free to pop in. We've had folks who, I don't do computers. Well, that's fair. So come in and we'll do computers for you. We don't want there to be any barrier in that place. So
Thank you very much.
yeah, it's helped quite a bit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody have any questions or comments for Kari?
Heaping praise? No, there's
Yeah,
nothing?
we appreciate you coming and giving us an update, and
Thank you.
we're
I
thankful
appreciate
that the two entities are working together.
Yep, we got this.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Oh, I'm staying.
Oh, good.
the entertainment.
Okay, good.
Still
Yeah, well,
waiting.
get a donut. Okay, up next is our payroll clerk, which we don't get to see very often in fiscal court, but she's here today, Robin. Miss Robin.
All right, I am presenting a motion to approve the following. The first is annual salaries for Judge Executive, County Clerk, County Sheriff, County Jailer. And then also considering a 2.7 increase for annual salaries for County Attorney, County Coroner, and County Magistrates. And last, an incentive payment for the following: Casey McCoy, Brian Woodford, Judge Bottom, Jamie Gay, Steve Sleeper, Tom Ellis, Paula Bodner, Barry Harmon, and Jason Cullen.
Okay, so let's do these separately.
Okay.
So we'll do the elected official salary first, and you all have got copies of that, and you probably already received it at home as well. So I know I did. So, is there a motion to approve?
On the elected official salaries, is there a way we can have more discussion about the magistrate's salary at a later date, even after we approve it
Sure.
as this today?
We can always bring it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think we've discussed that in the past about having some discussion about that, about.
Yeah, this is just to approve the cost of living, the 2.7 CPI.
Okay.
So you're calling for,
First of May.
First of May.
and you want that as an agenda item?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes, yes, yeah, we're gonna bring that back. But yes, we can do that.
Okay, all right. So I'll make a motion, we approve the cost of living increase, salary increase.
Okay, and the other salaries are set by House Bill H10, 810.
Yes.
Okay, all right, so you have a motion by Magistrate Gay, is there a second? Magistrate Bodner, any discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries. All right, next we have the incentive payments for all of the elected officials that have completed their 40-hour training that Robin mentioned. So we need a motion to approve incentive payments for those elected officials. Magistrate Slaper, your second? Magistrate Gay. All right, any discussion? Anybody get left out?
Just Magistrate Cullen, he should have to be here to win.
He's off the table.
Yeah, take this out, no, I'm kidding. All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Thank
We
you.
need to do it before the 1st of May. So we'll probably need to do it at our next meeting in
Yeah,
March.
that's right, yeah. That's why I was asking about the
Before the 1st of
agenda.
May, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we'll get that back on the agenda for first meeting in March. Good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, she's gone. Thank you, Robin. Next up, EMS Director Mike Rogers.
Thanks, Judge, and thanks to the fiscal court. We have two items on the agenda today. I have my Padre Mo here that can help me work through some of this. The first one I will do is the Zoll Preventive Maintenance Agreement. We've done this agreement for many years. It just allows us to have preventive maintenance on our cardiac monitors. That allows us to have a green light from them saying it's okay to use, and so.
And it's a budgeted item.
It's a budgeted item.
All right.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Magistrate Gay, second by Magistrate Bodner. Any discussion on the Zoll contract? Same as always, the amount, same from last year?
I'm not sure about the amount. It should be the same from last
Okay.
year. I think so, yeah.
Okay. All right. All right, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries.
And each year we reach out to Zoll before our budget to make sure that it hasn't changed, so that, yeah.
Okay.
The next agenda item is for a memorandum of agreement with BCTC here in Danville. They've requested that we take over the instruction of their paramedic class. It is a hybrid program, and I'll let Mo kind of speak to that a little bit, and then we can talk about the contract.
So currently we're teaching through Hopkinsville paramedic program. And with EMS education and paramedic programs specifically, you have to have a program that's been approved through COA is what it's called. But the way it works is they do all the administrative side of it, and then we're like an off-site agency. So this year we've had 3 folks in that program going ahead and go through it. I have one, she passed her registry exam, and then we got 2 more there. I'm getting pretty close to being ready for that. But that's a hybrid program as well. This is something that we've been teaching for, what was it, November of last year, I think? So it's not new, it's just BCTC is new. But they reached out to us and asked us, hey, would you all be interested in teaching this? We think it'd be an advantageous thing for us to do. It's local. We've had folks go through their program before. They have resources. So we think it'd be a good partnership.
Are you going to be the instructor?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we have one of our own that will be teaching at BCTC.
Yeah, and we've talked about this on several occasions in our committee and definitely recommend moving in this direction. We mentioned this morning that we wanted to make sure the contract was reviewed by our county attorney's office and make sure there weren't any concerns.
Have they done that yet?
Contractual.
Yes,
You have?
we
Okay.
have.
Okay.
Yes, and they look good.
All right.
So basically the way it'll work is every credit hour we teach will be reimbursed for. And we expect it to be around 27,000. And so that's kind of what we expect to come. So we'll have to make sure we have a revenue item for next year's budget as the program starts in August. So other than that, I mean, the agreement, basically the biggest part is that on the first page there, the first party agrees to pay the secondary party for, and it's basically they pay you on what their adjunct instructor is. And so that's kind of basically any other questions about the contract?
It'll be renewed annually, right?
Yep, we did one similar in the past that's expired, but so this would be a new one.
I make a motion to approve the contract.
Okay. Have a motion by Magistrate Gay, second by Magistrate Sleeper. Any discussion? I don't know about y'all, but I think this is pretty exciting.
It is.
I mean, it's a wonderful opportunity for EMS and to go in there and teach and then get some of those students hired on too.
Right.
Yeah, they'll have that relationship established.
Yes,
so
I think that'll be great. So kudos to you all for setting this up.
Judge, I think you might want to send an email to Brian Quarles, who's now the head of all the BCTCs across the state.
Yeah.
Because he's looking for professionals in all areas to have opportunities at the local level, and I think he'll be quite pleased to get an email from you.
Sounds good.
He's got an extraordinary opportunity to help young people looking for alternative education, and we need desperately folks to graduate.
Yeah, we do. We sure do. All right. Any other discussion on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, nay? Motion carries.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thank you.
Thanks. He
Judge.
survived Cream Ridge.
Yeah.
His first year on
Yeah.
Cream Ridge.
Yes, sir.
Before these gentlemen leave, if it would be appropriate, as we adjourn, could we include some appreciation for the extraordinary work under duress of unprecedented ice, where I know of several circumstances where it was a battle and these guys won in terms of taking care of our citizens.
So you'd like to adjourn in honor of our
Yes.
emergency medical services?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we'll
We
do
weren't
that.
the only ones out there. We had our community partners, Danville Fire, Boyle County Fire, Sheriff's Office, and Danville PD. We were all a team, so we'd be lost without those. So.
You might add "and all responders," but I'd like to specifically mention EMS,
Okay. We'll get that down.
all first responders.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, up next, IT Director, Awesome Bill Nichols.
I just wanted to give you all an update over the cyber tests that we had gone through the last couple of weeks, and we fared fairly well. I found out a couple of things about phishing emails and spam emails. I found out why our Jason isn't here to defend it, his favorite Nova 4 product. But the reason that wasn't working very well is because of the parameters that we had set up in our phishing design. Even though we whitelisted the company to allow them to send those emails in, our system stopped them. They opened them up, they examined them, said they were false, and deleted them. But when I got the report back from Nova 4, it said everybody had opened it, clicked on the link, done everything. Which, yes, that happened, but it was done by our phishing software to stop it.
Our system was too smart.
So our system was set up so that it basically stopped a lot of them. Now, as you all have known here the last couple of days, we've got some things going around in the city that have gotten through our phishing stuff. So it is good to stay diligent on top of it. We didn't have any major issues. We do have some things that we're going to clean up. Next meeting, I'm going to have, believe it or not, Colonel Sanders is going to come in and give you the full report from the Kentucky National Guard of how we did.
Okay, good.
So, but they're in the process of putting that all together now.
And that's the next meeting?
The next meeting, they're coming in and they will give you the full-blown, unadulterated, unfiltered how we did.
Okay.
So, but I just wanted to let you know that for the most part, we did well. We've got a lot of good things in place. We have a lot of things we need to improve on. So,
all right. Well, thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Before you leave us, being the elders, well, now I almost called myself one, but the elder member of the court, and you know my sensitivities, you have sensitized me so much that I wouldn't open up that wonderful offer that the little orchestra is coming until I checked with you. Because I thought, my goodness sakes, I don't want to be in bad stead with.
And I understand that, and that, but that's okay. I mean, I have had, you're not the only one. I've had people that are much younger than both of us, Tom, call me and say, hey, can I open this? And a lot of times it's yes, you can open that, but a lot of times it's no, delete it, get rid of it. And it's probably saved us a lot of heartache. But rest assured that we have a lot of things in place that even if somebody does make the mistake of clicking on that attachment that might cause a ransomware situation, we have things in place to stop it proactively. So,
Is it always okay to open
anybody out there?
Is it always okay to open the email, but not to open the attachment?
Yes. I think you can safely open an email, but the links and the attachments, stop. Hover over them, make sure that, and basically, most of the emails like that, you should be expecting it probably, more than likely. If you're getting an attachment or they're going to send you a link, you'll have known. And if you have a question, call them. If everything looks good and you're not real sure, you don't know why you got it, call the person. Say, hey, did you send this to me? That can thwart a lot of things. Make a call.
All right.
Thank you all.
Thank you for always keeping us safe, Bill.
My pleasure.
All right.
There's one more thing.
Yes, sir.
When we said the first responders, I want to make sure give praise to our road department. We would be so lost without them. And I consider them first responders, but I want to make sure Roger and his team.
Oh, my God.
They are first responders.
They are first
They are
responders.
first
I just want to make sure we mention them.
Got it. All right. Okay, magistrate reports and Magistrate Harmon, we start with you today.
I didn't get to make the last training we had,
We missed you.
but the doctor canceled my visits. Said, I don't want you on ice, because you'll break the other arm.
We don't want you on ice either.
Yes.
So I took the advice and stayed in 13 days.
Yeah.
Cabin fever was horrible.
Yep, it has been.
I watched Tom clean his sidewalk back steps up. Oh, man. And
That's why I'm still standing.
I've still got ice in front of the garage door.
Yeah.
About
Did
3
that.
inches. Yeah, a lot of it to go today though.
Uh-huh. You did. Well, we're
I thought-
glad you didn't get out and fall.
And I probably would have.
Oh, gosh.
All right.
Plenty have,
Thank
including
you.
myself.
Me too.
Thankfully, I was just a little sore and no worse for the wear, but I know some are not
Yeah.
fortunate.
Yeah. Master Gay.
Yes, I also want to add on to Magistrate Ellis's adjournment message and Director Rogers that, thanks to all those that have been out there working, our road crew, everybody that's done an amazing job under tough circumstances and gotten us taken care of. Because I've had a lot of good feedback about the roads, and including one of my coffee buddies that delivers meals to people out and about, and he said he had kind of prepared himself for the worst when he was getting ready to go out, and was amazed that the roads were as clear as they were, and he wanted me to send his thanks to the people that made that happen, because I know some other communities aren't as fortunate in their road clearing. So thanks to all of those who've done amazing work in trying times. I also want to just mention some things that, now that I'm back working part-time at Center, it's been kind of neat to see really the community impact that the Champions Hall, which is the amazing indoor pool and indoor track facility, have been having through the winter here. Because just as an example, is Center has recently hosted, swimming wise, the high school regional event. We hosted last week the Mid-South Conference swim meet, and this week we're hosting the SAA Conference swim meet. And also along that way, we've hosted multiple high school track meets, an indoor college meet, and 2 weeks from now we'll be hosting the SAA Conference indoor track meet at Center. So this is literally in that time period, thousands of people, counting athletes and families, that are coming to our community to see our community and eat and spend money in our community on multiple ways. So I think it really is important to acknowledge and recognize the economic impact that has, and particularly sports tourism, which I'm, as most of you know, a huge fan of, and I think that's a thing that we'll also reap the benefits of that many times over with the bike trails that are coming soon. As I don't think people fully understand or appreciate what a big audience and participation activity that is, and the number of people that travel and go to different bike trails around the country, literally. So looking forward to that. So that's all I have. I do have our EMS committee report to give on behalf of Magistrate Cohen and myself, and he did attend via phone this morning for that. But we had our crisis team update from Mark and Terry on the community outreach, the crisis and the community outreach, and unfortunately we did have a tough month in suicide ideation and attempts of 8, and one fatality in that regard, which is obviously always a hard things to hear. And otherwise, there's a lot going on with the weather in that area, with the housing situation, and it's working well, but there's still some work that needs to be done on the case management side of it, move forward, and it's kind of you can provide fish, but we need to teach them how to fish, and so there's still a lot of work to be done there in the homeless area. And I know that Magistrate Sleeper and the Homeless Coalition are doing a lot of work in that area, but that's one of the holes that we talked about this morning, is that whole, okay, we provide them housing, but that's such a short time fix, and how do we take advantage of that to move them into the next arena. So that was talked about. Then we talked about the Zoll contract, the preventive maintenance agreement, and the BCTC agreement. Tim gave us an update on the new trucks coming in service, and we talked about the appreciation for the blessing and the great job that Magistrate Sleeper did on that as well, and how appreciative the EMS crew is of that event, and I thought that went very well. And so, and then Mo's education update was we have 3 new employees in orientation right now, and 2 still pending their test. They're finalizing their paramedic school, and waiting on some final little pieces and parts of that to happen to get them through that. And then we did have in January, busy month of 692 runs, and then in December also busy month. They're all busy months, it seems anymore. 656 runs, so it's busy service.
It's amazing how many runs that they go on. And
it really is.
Just, it blows my mind that we're almost up to 700 now.
Right.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So that's the EMS committee report, and I'll make the motion we approve that.
Okay, have a motion by Magistrate Gates, or second?
Second.
Magistrate Sleeper. Any discussion on the report? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Motion carries.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Magistrate Gates.
Thank you.
Magistrate Sleeper.
I'd just like to say it was a blessing for me to be able to offer the blessing. And this past conference we went to last week, the Judge Executive Conference, I was really impressed with the information we received on AI and cybersecurity and data centers. There's so much I found out I didn't know about these things, and so it's very much a benefit to be able to go to that. This afternoon at 1 o'clock I'll be attending a virtual training on active shooter training. Used to do that all the time when I was at the hospital. It was like an annual thing, but I haven't done it for a long time, so a lot that I forgot, I'm sure. Magistrate Harmon has liked to joke that I sit here because I'm the human shield. So, at least I think he's joking. On February 19th, we're having there's pipeline training available. Are you attending that, Tom?
Absolutely.
How many pipelines run under Boyle County?
5.
5, yeah.
They are all dormant, they are all dangerous, and I would be happy for any of the entities that own them to challenge me on that. They were built by farmers during World War II, and there are all kinds of concerns that those guys, when we go to that every year, aren't really happy with me.
Yeah. Well, I'm pleased to be able to attend, hopefully attend that.
You may need to sit at another table if you're not going to be happy with
Get your buffet out of a different tray.
And lastly, this is a ways out there, about April 1st, and you all should have received information on this. There's a human trafficking seminar. It's like the 2-hour deal. And the detective, Ricky Lynn, spoke at the conference briefly. But my daughter Amanda, who's been actively involved in human trafficking, helping victims of that, went to his 2-day seminar and highly recommended him. So I'd encourage everyone that can to attend that.
Where will that be?
When?
Where?
Where? It is, let me see.
Your local?
Yeah, Health Department, Boyle County Health Department.
Okay.
And it's April 1st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's 4 hours, I'm sorry. And lunch is provided. And whether or not people realize that there is human trafficking in every county of Kentucky, so.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all I have.
All right, thank you, Master Sleeper. Master Ellis?
Thank you, Judge. And I'm going to be as fast as I can because I'll tell you my first issue is the American Battlefield Trust, which has purchased land and or given funds all across the nation for the preservation of battlefields like Perryville's. And I'm very fortunate to have a virtual corporate lifelong friend who is now representing them and has called a luncheon for any and all of 138 legislators who are not in committees in an hour and a half to meet for lunch in the annex and talk about the importance of preserving our battlefields like Perryville's. So I'm really excited to get on the road and be there as they open at 11:30. I'm very pleased that Magistrate Sleeper mentioned the pipelines. It's over 12 years ago now, and the first person to lead the way on a resolution of grave concern about opening up the pipelines was Mayor Sleet in Perryville, and then others followed. At that time, McKinney was judge, and he also followed suit on that. As briefly as I can, pipelines installed during World War II, where they did not even realize that packing them back in with the rock that came caused vibrations which could breach the pipeline. Worse than that to me is the idea of these pipelines were, as Preston Miles studied them with me, going to send toxic materials from up around Lake Erie all the way down to the New Orleans area through these pipelines, one of which is 30 inches in diameter. And if you understand plumbing, it's male-female. And these were built for the flow to go this way. And they were going to reverse flow from the Great Lakes and send it this way, which is not exactly a good plumbing thing that our guys would pass with houses being built here today. So there are grave concerns about that. The owner of one of the companies involved in that had a net worth of $8 billion. We were successful from up the Great Lakes down to New Orleans. Boyle County stopped that from happening when the public became aware of it. So I don't know that anything's going to be discussed about those reopening for the future, but that's one of the reasons I don't miss that meeting every year. We need the county attorney's help between now and either the next meeting or 2 meetings out. I classify in my own mind 3 levels of being on the road. I think it's illegal not only to be on the road, but to be in subdivisions on your golf cart, especially if you're 8 years old, which Magistrate Cullen has expressed grave concerns about. So we need the ABC 1, 2, 3 of golf carts, of what I call your garden variety ATV, and the very sophisticated side-by-sides that are out there now. And it's the constituent that I has a compounded circumstance where a part of his farm is in Casey County and a part of his farm is in Boyle County. And yes, he can. No, he can't. And he's even run into trouble across the hall in the clerk's office on registration. So it's more complex than anybody really wants to imagine. But anything in those 3 levels that county attorney could provide us prior to the next meeting so we're educated would be very helpful.
Magistrate Ellis, Attorney Herron put out a piece last year about golf carts, kind of the ins and outs, and I will find that and send that to you
Wonderful.
again, just so you have it.
The
Or we can
major
get that
one
back.
is,
Yeah.
it probably costs another $1,500 on the most sophisticated side-by-side to equip it to be on the road, or the sheriff will stop you and ticket you. So, and I know the judge is very aware of this because you have your own. And,
Except for farm exemption.
I understand, and that's
Except for
what
farm
Jason
exemption.
stopped me on, but there are others who would like to have that opportunity if they get their vehicle totally equipped under the state law. And my last one is tomorrow, not tomorrow, yes, my goodness, it is tomorrow. We're all that can go for our legislative meetings, and hopefully you've had a chance to see what I put together on Saturday from Friday meeting of the legislative committee that I represent for this court. There are about 20 of us on that, and there are some things that will absolutely have a detrimental effect on Boyle County if we can't stop those. And then there are others that we want to support, most of all the jail situation. Judge, I'm going to hit the road if I might be permitted.
Okay, yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Magistrate Bodner.
Well, it's been an icy, slippery last few weeks, so we've all lived through it so far, so that's good. We had a meeting for Junction City Matters planned for Monday, and we decided to wait, and we're going to reschedule that. Went to the conference. I did slip. I did slide. I slid and dropped all my mom's food. I was taking her some food, spilled all the food, but I wasn't even sore, so I did it real nice.
Oh,
but it's just been a historic storm. I mean, this really has been a historic. And I do want to leave everybody with my knowledge that socked feet out on that ice don't slip. They don't. So when I go out and feed my little birds, I put my little
I've been
socks
passing
on.
that on. And I'm giving you credit.
I tell you, I know.
I hope it works.
When we,
I'm giving you credit either way.
nice, good thing. What we did with our mom, she got homesick and she wanted to go home. There was ice everywhere. So we couldn't chomp it out. So we took a blanket and we got her right up to the door, put a blanket. She walked on the blanket and we had all the steps and porch cleaned off and she got right in. And then we went every day and checked on her. She wanted to go home 3 or 4 days ago, so she got homesick. So
now you put those socks over your shoes?
I just go barefoot.
Okay, all right.
I would recommend them over your shoes.
John said, put them over your shoes. I said, no, I don't. They don't get wet, and they didn't. They worked.
There you go. All right.
So I'm not saying that's going to work for everybody, but it worked for me. I'm not getting the patent. But I'm excited to go tomorrow to our legislative day, and that's all I've got.
Okay, thank you very much. County Attorney, you have any comments?
I don't have anything today.
Any regards from our county attorney?
Well, I guess, I think you may want to share, we did have a new person start with us. Kirk is a new assistant county attorney. He handles the criminal docket with Chris, so that's who will be handling district court.
And what's his name? Kirk? Okay. Kirk. Okay.
No.
It's okay. Kirk, we'll go with Kirk.
It's Kirk.
Okay, we'll go with Kirk. That's good. All right, thank you. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate it. Miss Julie.
I got a couple things.
Okay.
I don't know if everybody realizes, but on Valentine's Day, it is Boyle County's birthday. It's our 184th birthday on Valentine's Day.
Oh, wow.
So that's a little piece of trivia that I
That's
discovered
good to
this week.
know.
That's
So
nice.
celebrate as you wish.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day,
That's
our birthday.
awesome.
The public safety building, we are kind of regrouping that project and trying to get a meeting together and reset the scope. I think doing what we had originally planned is going to be a little bit outside of what we feel we can afford. So we'll be bringing some information to you as soon as we get it. The bike park, we met with Andrew over at the conference, and he just gets us all fired up. He's great.
He does.
And he kind of talked about some of his ideas. We did ask Chris to send a letter. The property owner that sits behind us is still encroaching over the line, and Chris sent a letter or called him, I'm not sure which. So that's in process to get that resolved. There are 2 property owners that don't like the survey boundaries that we have. They are what they are. So we've encouraged them to have their own surveys, and let's lay them down side by side and see if there's any discrepancies before we start construction along those side boundaries. So that's kind of in process. Pickleball, as said before, we're starting to get some things. So hopefully that'll be ready to go to bid this spring and start construction as soon as the weather turns. That's our hope. Buster Pike Bridge, the bid's open today at 1. So we're hoping we get some bids. I haven't seen, Katina, has anything come in?
No.
But sometimes those big ones come in
Last
at the
minute.
so let's hold. The Judicial Center, not a lot of movement there. I think the judge has been talking to other counties that are doing the Judicial Center, so we'll be a little bit more ready.
Yeah.
Is it, on that note, is it making its way through in the budget process?
It's still in the budget.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, still in the budget.
Yeah. And that's probably the biggest thing tomorrow, is to make sure that stays in the budget. Payroll TAP grant, we signed the grant agreement last week, and so that is to fix the stormwater runoff on Merchants Road that gets down in the buildings. The courthouse, the cupola, we have an architect coming Friday to take a look at it. It's the same firm that did the work back in 2000, Kate's Architects. So hopefully they can work with Pogue and get this thing done. I'm also working on the bid documents for HVAC preventative maintenance. And it's also probably time that we rebid our healthcare management, the Cheryl Morgan. I think it's been, what did we say, almost 5 years? Yeah, 5 years. So it's time to be responsible. We need to do that. So we're going to do that.
And we need to rebid our HVAC.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm working on that one. So other than that, I think that's it.
Good deal. All right. Thank you so much. Okay.
Judge.
Yes.
His name's Kirk Smith.
Smith,
I spelled
okay.
that.
Kirk Smith. All right, well, good deal. I'm sure we'll get introduced at some point. Yeah. Okay, so Saturday is Valentine's Day, so be sure and treat your special someone to something nice on Saturday. Coming up in a few weeks is the Forkland Pie Auction. That will be on March the 7th. And I know some of you all like to get that on your calendars because you like to be there. And it's the spaghetti supper and pie auction. That'll be on March the 7th. And then on March the 18th and 19th, I know I'm reaching out there, but I want to make sure that everybody gets signed up for the KMCA Spring Conference. So if you haven't contacted Katina yet about your room reservations and your conference reservations, be sure and let her know how many nights you're staying and get your registration paid for. And other than that, tomorrow, Legislative Day, Senator Bledsoe, I got this late yesterday evening, can meet at 9:30 in the morning. So anybody that can be there at 9:30 to meet with her. And then at 12 noon, Representative Elliott has us on his calendar at 12 noon. So I know some of us may be able to get there, and some of I cannot be there at 12 noon because we're having judges legislative luncheon and meeting after the luncheon. So, but some of you, I'm sure, can be there at noon to meet with Representative Elliott. And other than that, if someone will make a motion to adjourn, and we want to adjourn in honor of our Boyle County Emergency Medical Services and all first responders, including our Public Works Department.
So moved.
Magistrate Gay, second by Magistrate Bodner. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Motion carries. We're adjourned.